Hello fellow survivors, and welcome back to another episode of Road to 500 Days. We are back here in Coastal Highway, and there's one thing that's special about this episode here, which is that the previous...
Drank his own pee doesn't seem so crazy right now.
Thank you for interrupting me, Astrid. The previous episode was the first one that was recorded after DLC Part 2 came out. But in this episode, the things have changed. They've actually added the tails to Interloper. This doesn't actually affect the gameplay at all for me, because it does mean that I have to go to Forsaken Airfield and get the radio to do that, which I will do at some point. But you'll notice that, for example, there's things like this around. This fuse has been placed, which we needed to repair transmitters, which we'll do at some point. Wires as well. This is basically used to repair things in the future. So I'm just going to have a look around, see if there's any more of these about. Just in case. Actually, let me change. I think maybe I turned off dialogue at some point. Did I? Yes, I like having that on. Let's have a quick look if there's more of these around. Don't see any, because this basically gives me another reason to check everything again, because there's bound to be stuff just laying about used to repair things. So I need to have a look out for that. I think that's it. No, there's another one. Let's put these in here. Fuses and wires. Now, since last time we were a bit at a crossroads, because I can either loot more here or go to Desolation Point to forge another knife. And I'm not sure, but I think we'll go to Desolation Point because there was also Blizzard earlier, which means that beachcombing has changed, so I can go and check that. So I think we're going to do that. Before I do though, let's see, risk of power at 1%. I'm going to eat some bear meat, have a drink, and then we're going to go. It's early morning, fresh bear meat. And I'm going to take with me like probably 3 of these, I think. Going to smell a bit, but that's okay. No moose, is there? Always check for the moose. No. Okay, and I'm going to bring the hammer because I need to make a new knife since it broke. So let me quickly also do an inventory check. So what am I bringing here? We can bring this to read. We don't really need all this stuff. We can drop that. Sticks, we can bring it. Why not? We can bring that. We're not fire starting level 3 yet, are we? No. We don't need this many matches, so we can put some matches in here. Put these 12 in there. Matches. Oh, yeah. CH1 set 12. What else? Clothing. We're not carrying it. I'm not going to repair these. They're terrible. Yeah, we'll carry all this stuff. We'll take this with us. Actually, the crackers I'm going to leave behind. And got all this stuff. Yeah, this looks good, I think. Yeah, I got acorns to cook. Alright, that sounds good. I think we're ready to go then. Now, but before we go to Desolation Point, there's one thing I want to do. Now, I noticed something. Oh, is it a blizzard again, or is this stormy? If you paid close attention to the previous episode, which I didn't when I played, I went to a plane crash up here, but I didn't actually loot the hatches on the plane. Now, I didn't think of it at the time, but when I was rendering the episode and preparing it for YouTube, I used some of the footage for a different video, and I noticed that I didn't actually pick up what was in the hatches. Now, this is Interloper, so the hatches are probably just blank, to be honest. There's not going to be anything there. What we're going to do now, we're going to head to Desolation Point. Let me make sure I have my hammer. Yeah. So we're going to head to Desolation Point. We're going to check out Crowning Highway, and we're going to go there and forge. And then we might as well just check out Desolation Point as a region itself. Eventually we'll check Scruffy's cave as well. There we are. Here's the plane crash I was at earlier. And while I remember, I might as well check these hatches. I think they're going to be empty. They're always empty. But we should check. Just to make sure. What I'm talking about are these. See these? I did not check these, as you can see. Nothing there. And nothing there, as I suspected. But you don't know until you check. Okay, let's check the beach. Let's see if anything washed ashore. Now, I'm not going to do a whole run. I don't think that's worth doing, generally speaking. A lot of wolves out. 20 fire hard now, so I have 1. Okay. So with the change of the beachcombing, there's an extra incentive to check the beaches, which is great. However, I don't see the point in checking all of it every time there's a blizzard, because blizzards are pretty frequent, and it will create a sort of mental chore for you. So you might be in, say, Coastal Highway, and then a blizzard hits, and what happens is that you think, oh, okay, well then I'm going to check the entire shoreline, you know, so you kind of interrupt what you're doing. The way I'm going to view it is that if a blizzard hits and I'm near a shore anyway, I might as well check what's feasible for me to go check. However, I'm not going to go and check the entire coastline. I am going to check over here by the fishing hut, and then what the shoreline has on the way to Desolation Point. Let's see what we can find. I could scare off this wolf with this fire hardened arrow, maybe. That didn't really work last time. It only worked when I hit him from a distance. Not so much in close quarters. I might try it again. Not right now, though. Maybe you can eat some of these deer. Okay, it looks like a canoe has washed ashore over here, so we're going to check that out. I don't mind the fire hardened arrows. They don't really do much as such, on Interlope especially, but they have a purpose. You know, you can hunt rabbits with them, and you level up archery that way. I wouldn't use normal arrows to hunt rabbits. It's not worth the condition of the arrow, because it takes too much damage. An arrow will lose 27% condition if you shoot an animal with it. That is to say, a simple arrow. And I don't think that's really worth it, in my opinion. However, with fire hardened arrows, that makes no difference. Oh, poor Barry. Okay, I'm getting cold also, that's alright. Okay, let's see. Here's some stuff that's washed ashore. So we got a suitcase. Clothing. A canoe. And let's just see what's over here also, because usually the stuff here. You know, I often get asked about the crampons and why I don't use them, and I'll tell you in a sec. Let me see if there's anything here. Looks like nothing's here. Okay, I'm not going to check any more that way. We're going to check the shoreline here. And now I'm going to go to Desolation Point. I might pop into Jackrabbit Island here. No, sorry, this is Misanthrope Island. To warm up. Other than that, I think we're done here. We're going to head to Desolation Point. Now, the crampons in the game, you know, you can find crampons on the summit and in Ash Canyon. And of course, you can make the improvised crampons as well with scrap metal and is it cloth? Can't remember now. It's cured leather, okay, and scrap metal. If you ever need cured leather, by the way, I mean, that's finite in the game, but if you need it, what you can do is you create a moose hide satchel, and then you harvest it, and you get cured leather. But, oh, did I check this guy before? I did not. Nothing there. Okay. But I heard something. Well, I heard something. I'm not going to harvest him, we don't need anything from him. The crampons are quite good, but I don't really use them much. What they really do, the crampons, is they reduce your risk of sprains. Like now I'm walking up a hill, and you can see this red thing in the bottom corner. It went away there, it's going to come back though. And that's a good thing. So if you have the crampons, it reduces the risk of getting sprains. It doesn't remove the risk, but it reduces it. The other thing it does is that it reduces your sprint loss or climbing meter when you climb a rope. Now, unless they changed it, you don't actually lose less fatigue climbing a rope with the crampons. That is to say, when I say fatigue, I mean the I meter in the bottom left. That's like your fatigue or energy, right? The amount of energy or fatigue that you lose as you climb a rope doesn't change with the crampons. It's the same. I did this side-by-side comparison, and it's the same. Granted, that was a little while ago, so they could have changed it, so it's possible they do affect it now. That's possible, but I haven't seen anything like that so far. However, there is, and climbing the rope in one go can be useful, but if you just take a break on ledges, you don't really need it. However, they also add the ice cracking. Like it basically adds, I think it adds 1 second to the ice cracking. So if you step onto the ice and it starts cracking, I don't remember exactly, but I think you have 4 seconds, I think it is, before you fall through the ice. Hey, healed, nice. However, if you wear the crampons, it's 5 seconds. It adds another second. Pallet. Get some reclaimed wood. So that's one of the things that they do. And you could argue that now that they have added so much stuff on beachcombing, the crampons could be useful because you need a bit more time on the ice to interact with some of the things. So there is an argument that you might want to carry crampons around. I mean, one way to do it is that if you are in a regional area with a coastline like this one, what you could do is you could create the improvised crampons and just keep them in your main base. Got a wolf, yeah. So you could create the crampons, put them in your regional base, and then if when you come to this region, you can take them and equip them and use them when you go around doing beachcombing. And then when you leave the area, you put them back in your base, right? So then you don't carry them around. That would be one way you could utilize the crampons. I don't think I'm going to use them at all unless you see, unless I experience a reason to do it, which so far I have not. The crampons is one of these like quality of life additions to the game that are not necessary, but they do help. But the way that they do help is not essential. I was going to see if there's anything over here. No. Okay, we're going to go to Crumbling Highway then. And we're going to then into Desolation Point. So yeah, some people always carry the crampons, and in the past I used to as well, but now I don't really. I personally, the main use I have for crampons when I do have them is usually that I might use the climb ropes, because you can climb long ropes in one go with them instead of taking a break on the ledge. But it doesn't really make a difference in my opinion, so I don't carry them around. But I'll see how I get on with the beachcombing, and one possibility is to have a set of crampons in every region with a shoreline, and then use them to loot. We'll see. Have I looted this car? I have not. Okay, moving here. Okay, then let's go into some food. Crumbling Highway. I'll tell you a story about Crumbling Highway because it has a special importance for me learning Interloper. The Crumbling Highway here will connect between Coastal Highway and Desolation Point. Desolation Point is kind of a small area, but it's a pretty cool area nonetheless, and you can spawn there in Interloper too. Now, there is a streamer called Shardul Gaming. He's on Twitch. You should look him up. He is the guy who taught me how to play Interloper. When I initially started out playing Interloper. This is in 2018, so it's a long time ago or so. And he had this tactic, which I just call the Shardul route, which was unless he spawned in Desolation Point, what he would do would be to go to Coastal Highway via the ravine and then pick up the distress pistol that back then was in the ravine, but it's not there anymore, but it used to be. So he would go that route, pick up the distress pistol, and then he would go to Desolation Point and he would loot all along the way, find a hammer, and then he would forge in Desolation Point. So that was kind of like his route, the Shardul route. And it worked really well because by doing that, say you spawned in Pleasant Valley or Timorf Mountain, whatever, you looted a bunch of regions on the way. You would usually find a hammer, hacksaw, you find a stress pistol, and then you could make your way to the forge. But the reason this area was of interest is because this region, this little mini region here, have at least 2 wolves. And these two, there's one, yeah. These 2 wolves can be a bit annoying. And it's early in the game and you don't have any weapons. So he would always go and get the stress pistol. And then he would use that here to make sure he gets through to Desolation Point. So, and then he would forge and make the bow, and then he didn't need it anymore. So he had this unusual but interesting tactic of always going that route. And always having the stress pistol here against these wolves. So this was like the main reason he did that was to protect himself against these wolves. If you're interested, by the way, Shardul, I often mention him. He does still play the Long Dark, but he does it very intermittently. Like he might stream the Long Dark every day for 3 months, and then he disappears for like a year or a year and a half. Because he varies a lot based on family and work, so if you look him up, he may not be on right now. Okay, I think I'm going to wait an hour here to warm up. However, now that doesn't work anymore because the distress pistol isn't in the ravine anymore. You'd have to find it somewhere else. But if you know what you're doing, you don't need the distress pistol anyway. You can just use a torch and a stone against these wolves, so that strategy is outdated now. Shardul basically taught me how to play Interloper. He taught me the basics of Interloper and how to get a feel for how to do it. Before I watched him play, I don't think I ever survived more than 7 days on Interloper. And after I watched him, I was like, oh, I see, you have to keep moving and so on, you know. And then I learned it, and then I changed how I played, so I played differently than how he does. Let's go down on the ice. So Crumbling Highway is a small region, but it does have a shoreline. So we're gonna go check that to see if anything has washed ashore. It's kind of bad weather, but it's actually still warm. Looks like we have a wolf and looks like a canoe or something. I might have to kill this wolf, yeah. Let's just try this. I'm gonna try to see if this scares him. Okay, so it didn't work. Just like last time. Interesting.
Okay. Gotta stop that blood loss.
Yeah, it's alright, we got it. That wolf is dead now. Okay, so that was attempt number 2 against that wolf. So it does seem like the fire-hardened arrows do not work particularly well to scare off the wolves if they are already charging you. You have to hit them from a distance. So that's twice now that's happened. Okay, we got some shoes. What is that? Is that a wool toque? That was a bit scary. Oh, I have a sprained wrist. Okay, well. It is a wool toque, how about that? Fish. I might have to use the distress pistol here. Without a fish. Oh, you can break this down. This is when you need to have distress pistol, because if he attacks me, I can't risk shooting him with the bow. If I have the bow up now, let's just say for the sake of argument that I miss, then this run is over. So we're going to use the stress pistol instead. The other wolf, he's just running about, having a little jog. He's going to die eventually. Might as well check on the other side. Did he kind of... This wolf is being weird. Right, he's going to die at some point anyway, so... You can also scare off a wolf by throwing a stone at him. However, if you aim the stone, then he'll charge you. So you have to throw it without aiming, and you have to hit him like that. Yeah, all that did was scare him towards me, so that didn't really work. Anything in here? Campfire. Pork and beans. Nothing here, no. But yeah, if you throw a stone and don't aim it, if you aim at him with the stone, he will charge you. But if you just throw it without aiming and you hit him, he will flee. A bit hard to do though, but you get the hang of it eventually. Yeah, I hit him there. There we go. So, especially in the early game, that's an argument to why you might want to have a whole bunch of stones in your inventory, just in case that happens. Generally speaking, by the way, I wouldn't use your main run to experiment like I did there to see how things work with wolves. But because it wasn't that cold and I knew that I would survive that struggle if I ended in it, it's okay. So here we are on the other side of the Cromley Highway. This is an area that I almost never go to because there's no reason really to go here. But as you can see, we found some stuff. We got cattails. Fish. I might as well take this. And you got a backpack too. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Close. More cattails. Might have to make a fire to cook these things. This part of Cromley Highway is, I think I've been to it once. There's never a reason for me to go here at all. But now with the beach coming, as you can see, it's worth going here because you find little things. What's this? Is this a rabbit pelt? Oh wow, it is. A cured rabbit pelt. How cool. And we got a corpse as well. Corpse is casually washing ashore. Anything over here? Not that I can see. No, this is like the edge of this map. There's a very small region, Cromley Highway, or is it just a small connector region? Because it's not that cold, I'm going to do something. Drop this so I don't attract wolves. Let's cure the infection as well. And then map this. There we go. We can pick this up. I don't think there's any point going over there. I don't think there's anything there. I still smell quite a bit, so the wolves are going to come for me soon. I would like to make a fire.
This pack is getting kind of
heavy. To cook these fish as well. They're all ruined fish though, but still. There's also deer here. Actually, I might make a fire here. That's my wood. Right. Yeah, I might make a little fire here and cook this stuff.
It's too cold to think.
Let's do it. There we go. Yeah, we can use that. Then I can harvest this to reduce the parasite risk. I can cook the fish as well. Whoops. And I get to warm up as well. There is you can't survive in this region if you really wanted to survive here. You know, there's those challenges people sometimes do, survive 50 days in a region. This isn't really a region, it's a connector region. If you're not sure what that is, connector regions are small regions connecting to another region. So things like Crumbling Highway here, the Ravine, Keeper's Pass, that sort of thing. But they're usually very small. Okay. But you can't survive here because there's rabbits. There's rabbits up here. You don't get deer. But you get rabbits and wolves. We're gonna cook this. And I want to also make some fire hardened arrows. 40 minutes though. Oof. Ah, actually this takes 35, 23, okay. Well, let's wait then. Grab this instead. Warm up a bit. 10 minutes. Grab the feathers. Make sure there's no wolves around here. No, okay. Anything to craft? No. Conditions. Okay. Looking good. Look that, and this now is 50% condition, so I'm just gonna eat it. There we go. Let's cook smaller one of these. That one. And we need some water as well, yeah. One. Actually make half a liter here. Yeah. Gonna synchronize it. Yeah, that's done. Okay, let's pick up this one and that one and cook these two. 32 minutes, 36. And then we're going to harvest this, I think. Oh, the wind changed, damn. Okay, well, I think I have to leave this then. So much for that. We still need to have this out because the wolves can still get to me. Okay, this means that the loot will change here as well, but I don't think I'm going to check that out. And when I come back here, I will check it out. We have to go this way. I think you can actually get up there by going this way. Yeah, you can. There's a cave nearby that I haven't been to. We'll check that out later. I think I'd rather stay and sleep in the mines. As I'm cold, I need to regenerate some health. I wish I had made some birch tea there. Oh well. There we are. Check out this truck.
Freezing.
Nothing. Alright, let's head into the mine. We'll sleep here. We'll go through the mine first, though, on the other side. I'll eat the fish, I think. The fish, fishing in the long dark is a bit unusual in the sense that they give a lot of calories. I think I got some lantern, yeah. So this lantern oil here, if you're wondering where this came from, it's from the fish. When you cook fish, you get lantern oil in your inventory, like this. And bigger fish give more oil. I think the biggest I ever gotten is like 4.14 liters or something like that. Smaller ones might give 0.02 or 3. And then it's added in. However, if you have your jerry can in your inventory instead, what's going to happen is it will put it in the jerry can, which is why it's worth keeping the jerry can. Okay, so interesting that I found one of these. This we can just harvest. We can do it now. And another reason to cook, the reason I wanted to cook the fish was because and then I could get the oil and refuel this. Yeah. Right, we're gonna go through here. And I'm gonna sleep on the other side. I want to sleep 10 hours for sure. Okay, give me a second. Yeah. You can survive in Crumbling Highway if you really want to, because of the rabbits and then the 2 wolves, assuming you can kill the wolves. The rabbits you can just kill with the stones. And of course now with improved beachcombing you'll find some stuff here and there. Now in this mine here, we're going to get heavy soon, because there's a load of coal here. And in fact there's so much of it, we're going to be really heavy. That's okay, we want it because of the forge. We're going to take it to the forge and just drop it there. And there's also a bit of misc loot in here. We're going to check. Like here. See if we find anything. Oh yeah, but the fish, the weight to food ratio of fish is very skewed. So for example here, this, right, gives me 1,700, so it gives me lots of calories, right? It's great, you can fill the whole stomach, fantastic. But if I eat it, but it weighs 3 kilos, right? Compare this to a piece of bear meat, it weighs 1 kilo and 1,000. So 2 bear meats would weigh 2 kilos and give me 2,000. It would still weigh less than this, you know what I mean? So fish gives a lot of calories, but it's not really suitable for traveling. It's okay for a base, so if you have a fishing hut near a base and you fish, you should keep the fish for sure and eat it. However, you don't need it for traveling, because it's going to be carrying a whole bunch of stuff that is going to weigh you down. It's really just good for having a extra food supply near a base. That's the main reason. I'm going to pick up all this coal so that we can forge. Nice to get a knife so we can harvest guts faster and that sort of thing. I don't have scrap metal, I don't think, but we can grab scrap metal in the Riken. I'll do some cooking there too. There's no water. Yeah, okay, it's fine.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Yeah, that's because I'm picking up all the coal. Can't run anymore. I'm gonna pick it all up. I'm probably gonna drop some food here as well, because it's raw. I don't want to carry it with me for now. I think we'll sleep here in the cave. If you don't need the coal, there is an argument that you should maybe pick it up anyway. So if you're traveling through areas like this and you see a bunch of coal and you don't actually need it, you might want to pick it up anyway. So you pick up all the coal, and then when you come to the end of the area, what you could do is you could just drop the coal and leave it, because then the coal will reset its timer and it can respawn. The coal takes about 3 weeks, so 21 days to respawn completely. And if you pick it all up and just leave it somewhere, it will respawn. So then you have...
This'll come in handy.
You have more stuff. Cured guts. Wow, that's amazing, because I can then repair this. Please succeed. I was thinking that's incredible, that I found a cured rabbit hide. Oh, then I can repair this, but of course I couldn't because of it was I needed to hide, and I found that. Let's see, what's low condition here? Okay, we need to do some repairs at some point. Seems okay at the moment though. I think we're going to sleep here. So before I do, I'm going to harvest some stuff. Don't think it's worth keeping this. I keep it for the moment, but I don't think it's worth it. We'll sleep here and regenerate some stuff too. Harvest these two for the leather. There we go. I don't think there's anything to prepare, is there? Nah, I need to make another one of these, because you can get double infection. Yeah. There you go. If I harvest this, I get cured leather. See? So this is the only way to create cured leather. Okay, we're going to sleep. We should be fine here, sleeping. Let's eat this, or at least some of this, because it's low condition. I'll eat. Drink this. Yeah. I'm gonna sleep 10 hours. So you're very warm, so it'll be fine. Could have healed quite a bit. There we are. Let's see if we can eat the rest of this. I would prefer if it didn't give me food poisoning. Okay. And then we can eat some of this too. And have a drink. And we need to make more water as well. Okay. Then I think we're going to leave some of this raw food around. Just leave it here outside the entrance here. I'm not going to carry this with me. It's too heavy and it makes me smell. I'm going to leave that. There we are. Now we're going to go to the lighthouse first, because there's a stim there. And we can check the beach coming as well. Here's a shortcut you can take. It's handy for hopeless rescue, for example. Gets you down pretty easily. You can attach the rope anchor there. There is a rope anchor up there where you can attach a rope. I think I've done it once. It's up there. If I find an extra rope, I might do it. Okay, so I smell a little bit, so I can't end up in a wolf struggle, because then I could die. So I have to be a bit careful here. Check the car later. And we're going to go to the lighthouse, or we're going to go via the beach to check that out. There's also an area up here, Katie's secluded corner. We'll go there later. In the past, that was one of those areas that often people missed. But now people can find it because of the memento hints. People still get memento hints a bit confused. If you're not sure how it works, the recently added mementos that was added with the DLC part 1, there are two types of mementos. There's memento hints and memento caches. The memento hint, or let's do the other way. A memento cache leads you to loot. Very often requires a key. Not always though, to pick up the loot. That's what a memento cache does, is hidden loot. A memento hint, on the other hand, is literally just taking you to a location. It's just saying that over here there is a location. You might want to check it out. It's interesting. In Desolation Point, there are 2 memento hints. One is Katie's secluded corner, or actually it might just be called Katie's corner. I don't think I'll go up there now. We'll go there later. But it's basically up there. That's where it is, up there. So people often miss it.
Fingers feel numb.
Any beachcombing stuff here? And the other one is Scruffy's cave. And we're going to go there and we're going to see if Scruffy's home. Maybe not today, but maybe tomorrow. We'll go and check. It is possible to get up to the lighthouse from below. But I haven't done it, so I don't remember how you do it. But it is possible to do it. Okay, here's some beachcombing. Looks like reclaimed wood. We don't really need that. We can have a look. I don't really want to be out too long since I already have low health. Okay, so there's some stuff that's washed up here. We got a fish. Also pick this up. Wood. Oh wow, look at this. Look at this. 2 saplings. That is amazing. And a book. Fishing book. How about that? That's cool. No, I got too heavy. I don't think right now being heavy and cold is the day to figure out how to go up there. Oh yeah, fishing book. How about that? I had heard, but I hadn't checked, but I had heard that they did wash ashore. Because there's a streamer called Kimiota who has a challenge to just level fishing by only reading washed up books. So that's how I suspected that was the case. Okay, I'm quite cold now. I'm going to go inside and warm up. I'm going to take a little bit of health loss here because it's cold. I smell because of this fish, but it is what it is. We can cook the fish in the Riken. We have a lot of coal, so cutting a fire there is going to be no problem. I am going to take some damage though, because of I can't run. I always like checking these boats over here. Oh yeah, you run. I like checking these boats because there can be hidden loot in them. This wolf is going to come back and I probably have to use a flare to get rid of him. He didn't die. Let's quickly check here. Don't spend too much time on this. Oh yeah, there we are. See that? Salmon. Ruined, but nevertheless. Unfortunately, I'm moving very, very slow, so he could actually catch back up with me. But that's alright. You can kill a wolf with the stress pistol, by the way. You can kill pretty much anything with the stress pistol. Except for bunnies for some reason. Bunnies just don't seem to take damage from it. You can kill moose and bears and deer and wolves, everything. When they add the cougar, maybe even the cougar. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna guess that the stress pistol will be a good weapon against the cougar because I don't know how it's gonna be, but it might be a handy defense against something that just rips you to shreds. Okay, so how about the lighthouse? The lighthouse is an interesting base. It's not often chosen as a base because it's a little bit out of the way to get there. You have to go via this bridge unless you goat up there, which does make it quite safe from wolves. Like a wolf will never come up there. Like even if you have lots of stink lines, usually the wolves will here give up. They will kind of like lose pathing. So you're safe from wolves usually up here, but it's a bit of a trek to get here. And it's also hard to see anything in the dark, although it's quite easy to find the bed in the dark, because if you go in and it's pitch black, you can see the windows even in complete darkness. So you generally just find the windows, and once you have the windows, you find the bed. However, one thing that's cool about it is during the aurora, the lighthouse actually works, and it will start shining a light around, which is pretty cool. It's a very neat, unique building in the long dark. Alright, so I'm very slow because I'm carrying all this stuff. And I'm going to be slow. I'm going to go to the Riken and then I'll dump all this stuff. Is there a moose by chance? The moose can spawn over there. I don't see it right now. Also check over here on the side, because there can be a corpse laying here. You can see if that's around. Not today. Usually it's down there. Can also be a wool scarf laying there. Not today. Okay, let's go inside and stay warm. We might sleep here like an hour or something. But let's check all of this. And I usually have the Riken as my base in this region because of the forge, but Hibernia is also a good base. No storage there. So Hibernia is also good.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
And let's just drop some of this heavy stuff so I can walk a bit faster. Yeah. If you ever get lost in the dark here, just find this window and you just turn around and you'll find the bed. Should be a stim here. There we are. This stim is always there. It's one of the guaranteed ones in Interloper, so it's always there. The stims in the Long Dark after the DLC and the loot table change is mostly unchanged. There's a few changes here and there. Most notably, the stim in Ash Canyon is no longer there. But that's about it. There's some other minor changes as well. But we don't need to go through all of those now. And then I always check the lighthouse itself, like the light, because you can find loot up there. It's up here. There's sometimes a box with loot. Not today, but you can also check down here. And we got nothing today, but on lower difficulties I found rifle rounds here, and on Lintlope I have found hats. Let's see, anything here? It's too far away to spot.
I hate being cold.
Yes, we know Astrid. Okay, I'm gonna sleep here for like a couple hours just to warm up. And also get some stamina back. Then I'm gonna go into the Riken, I think. Because I'm very heavy with all the stuff I'm carrying. And I need to make water also. Can I eat this? Let's eat that. All this fish I'm carrying. Not really necessary to carry it around, but we could do it anyway. Don't see a moose. I'm gonna go down here and go to the Riken now. We'll check the beach coming later, because I'm really heavy. There's not really any point. But that was a big find, to find 2 maple saplings. So, if nothing else, especially now, with new beachcombing, you can survive forever in the Long Dark because of beachcombing. So if you haven't seen it already, if you're watching this series, if you haven't seen it already, on my channel I have a video called Surviving Forever in the Long Dark. And I explain how, in theory, you can survive forever in the Long Dark because resources last a really, really long time if you just know how to use them. However, even if you run out of everything, you still have things like stones, rabbits, birch bark, the maglens for fire, and then water, so you would survive. However, with the addition of the beachcombing, the beachcombing did exist before, but it was much more scarce. You know, you could find scrap metal and saplings and that sort of thing, but much less than now. Now, because of beachcombing itself and how much there is to find with it, it's much more viable. So if I were to run out of everything and then just run around Desolation Point and Coastal Highway and stuff looking for things, you know, I'll find stuff I can use. I'll find saplings, and I'll find rabbit hide and this and that. So if you do it enough, you'll scour a whole bunch of things that you can use. So the new beachcombing especially has really changed the game in that sense, that it's a whole new loot resource that you can use to gain extra loot. Okay, we're going to go into the Riken now. I'm going to drop some stuff there as well. And we're going to do some forging. I'll probably make a knife. Probably just one knife. And I might make some more arrowheads as well. And we'll make water as well. And some cooking. So I'm walking very slow. Normally I hate walking this slow. I usually dump stuff, because I don't like walking this slow, especially when you smell. But this time, because I know I'm going straight over here, and I'm going to forge and make a fire and so on, I'm not too bothered about it. Especially on a clear day like this. I'm going to get a little bit cold, but it's okay. I'm going to forge here, then sleep here, and then we're golden, I think. Then we'll probably kill the bear in this region too. I need that distress pistol open because the bear could be out in the open and he could come around the corner. That's the #1 rule in this game. That seems like something that's washed ashore. Is that a locker? Might be a locker, I'm not sure. I think we'll leave it though. There'll be other things to check.
I'll do anything for a drink right now.
#1 rule here pretty much is to always be prepared in the long dark, no matter what's going on. You have to think, can you survive? So in this case, I don't have water, I'm getting cold, but I know I'm going to survive because I'll sort those things out here, right? Otherwise I would never have carried this much stuff. Alright. Let's sort ourselves out a bit here. This will probably be my regional base. Let me drop a few things here. There we can drop the saplings. I'm also going to break down some of this stuff for scrap. But first I'm going to go in here. Look around. I can't really see much. Hardly any fuel left either. Actually, we can douse this, I think, in a sec. Check these drawers here. Okay, let's douse this. I'm going to, before I make water in that, I'm going to grab some scrap metal. It doesn't matter if I have low hydration. In fact, I can just drink this. Okay, let's break down this. Okay, so that's good. I also want to break down this. I'm losing health here, but that's okay. Now I'm going to eat this. Get my 1% parasite risk. And I'm going to break this down too. Okay, and now we're going to start a forge. And then we'll organize a bit more. So let's put this to start. Put some coal on there, and we'll make some water, and we'll make a knife and some arrowheads as well. I could make more knives if I wanted to, just to have some backups, but I think I'll do that another time. Later in the run, at some point, I usually go to a forge, and I make a whole bunch of, like maybe 3 sets of tools. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to drop, because this is where the coal will be used, I'm going to drop all of this except like 2. There we are, much better. And I'm just going to cook some water here while I do some stuff. Half liter is fine. And then I'm just going to organize my inventory a bit here. We're going to put some stuff in here. Starting with matches. So let's put in 12 matches in here. Add it to our journal of matches. Yeah. DP is the Riken. You now I always know how many matches are left around the world, so it's quite a lot of matches, as you can see. I would leave a hammer here, actually. I might actually do that. I'm going to put that down and I'll do that here. DP forge. It's smart to have hammers near the forge, so you don't have to carry them around. Okay, what else can I put in here? I think I don't care too much about these books. Might read this, though. Stim, I'll carry these stims with me, I think. We'll put that in. This will probably get ruined, but that's okay. This will cook. These we'll use later. Wires we can put into. I guess that's it. Yeah, I guess that's it. Okay. Okay, let's harvest this torch as well. See. And then we have a drink. Then I'm going to make 2 liters of water. And I'm going to forge some arrowheads for 2 hours. Then the water should be done. There we go. There we go. And then we're going to... How long is it to make the knife? 3 hours. The water will not last that long, so we'll just make that by itself. You might hear a baby in the background, by the way. There we go. We got a new knife. Now I got a new one. I'm not going to make any more of these things. And I think we'll use the rest for arrowheads. Let's see here. Oh, we got an Aurora. But we don't need that for anything, so.
Anything right now.
And let's cook something. But okay, well, what we can do is we can craft this. And let's just do this. Let's eat this. And have a drink. Got some lamp oil as well. One minor drawback of using the forge for this sort of thing is that it's it only has 1 cooking slot. It's a bit of a shame. There we are. I'm gonna utilize this forge and just make more arrowheads. We can make the arrows themselves later. Water, repeat, and make 1 more after. There we go. Make 1 liter this time. And there we go. Nice. Take that, and then we're going to cook the salmon. And let's see. Yeah, you can also put on 2 of these because we want to cook anyway. It'd be better to actually make a fire outside, it'll work better. Let's harvest this torch. Now I'm gonna cook a few things. Cook that, and let's eat it. That should fill us up pretty much completely. Have a drink. We got some lantern fuel as well. Let's put on, let's make the acorns. Refuel this. with the fish oil. Go. One more fish to cook. I want to make the birch tea as well. Take that. Make this as well. And now we got to these acorns. See, this is how the acorns work. So now I've cooked these acorns and you can eat them. And it's basically a snack now. And that's it. However, you can instead... are they here? Here. You can ground them into a ground with a hammer, and then you can use that to make coffee. Which we will do, I think. I'm gonna keep making these. Let's do that. Shouldn't burn or anything. Let's cook this. 32 minutes. And we can make some more grounds.
I'm getting tired.
There we go. And then we can make, I want to make some of these. Yeah, we are good. Now we have the grounds here to make coffee, which is great. Oh, I have one of these as well. Need to actually boil those. Make some teas. Let's
I'm not sure I can carry
boil
much
this. And make a whole bunch of this stuff. Wait, am I missing something here? Break down. Now we have these. Can I break those down to coffee, or do I need more of them? Seems like I need more of them. Oh, you need 1 out of 4. Okay, okay, well that's fine. I'll make a herbal tea as well. We'll use that to regenerate some health. Let's make a coffee. This levels up cooking as well. How does that work with these things? So we got that. Okay. What else do I need to make? I want to make all of these. Let's put some more on here because this is taking a while. There we go. I want to make all the birch ones. And let's see. Let's make one more of these. Okay, is there anything else I need to do, like craft-wise? I think this we can eat, yeah. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere. Nice, yeah. Very cool, but I don't think there's anything else to really make. I might as well make the acorn grounds, I guess. Yeah, that's it. So I got kind of cool cups. You don't get much from it. It's a lot of effort for just 3 cups of coffee, but they do help. Okay, I think we are good then. I used a lot of water for that, so I might as well utilize this and make some more water. I'm basically going to do this until it's burnt out. Okay, good. Now, because it's not quite time to sleep, I'm going to put some stuff in here. Put the arrowheads in here.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
And I'm going to drink one of these coffees so I can read. But before I do, I'm just going to see what loot there is up here. So here, we've got a blizzard outside. A bit dark, so I'm going to use the lantern.
I'm so tired, I could lay down right here.
Then we got painkillers, sewing book, There's usually some soup here, or peaches. Yeah, there's peaches. And someone's here too. There's one. I don't see any though. And then over here there's a corpse. And there's also a memento cache key. We should go up here. And up to the bridge. And there's a note here with a key, which will unlock a cache that has some marine flares in it. There you go. I'll show you where it is later. It's a bit hidden. Okay, so what we're going to do, because it's still daylight, I'm actually going to read one of the books. But I'm tired, you see, so I can't actually really read.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
And I'm going to test out one of the acorn coffees. Like, how much does that give us? Because if you drink one of these coffees, it actually gives you energy back, so your stamina is improved. However, hopefully it doesn't give me food poisoning. However, this should do the same, but I think it gives you less. The same amount of calories, though, 120 calories. Let's give it a try. Yeah, as you can see, it increased my fatigue a little bit. Not very much. So you see, it only went up that tiny little thing there. If I instead drink a coffee, which we'll do for demonstration purposes for reading now, you'll see that it goes up much more. Yeah, see? So it's basically twice as much. So yeah, so the acorns is basically a mini coffee. It does something, but not very much. And I think we're going to read, let's read this, because this might actually make it so we have fire starting level 3, which would be great. We're going to read for 2 hours. If I'm lucky, I can read 1 more hour, but I think I might get tired. Parasites cured. Okay, let's see if I can sleep for 1 hour. And then I can read the next hour, then I can finish the book, and I think maybe we'll reach fire starting level 3. But normally I wouldn't use those coffees like that. But just to show you how it works. Coffee is a fantastic thing. It's the best food item in the game because it gives all meters. It gives, if you warm it up, it gives you warmth, gives you hydration, gives you food, gives you energy. So it's always healing. Is that enough? Yes. Fire starting level 3. We got it. So that's done now. And that means we can pretty much just drop all of this. Because now with fire starting level 3, you don't need tinder anymore. So there's no point carrying that around. And now we want to sleep to regenerate. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drink one of these herbal teas to improve that. That improves my sleep. And I'm also going to drink some birch tea. That gives me an additional healing. Drink 2 of those. And then I think we are golden. Let's see here. There you go, improved rest. And then we're going to sleep for 10 hours. And we should have quite a lot of health afterwards. There we go. Cabin fever risk. We've been inside a lot. Okay, let's sleep for 1 hour. Sounds like a blizzard outside. We can sleep for another hour. Now, let me make a note here. To do, yeah, we did that. Let's put here like X 18 arrowheads in DP. And I'm gonna put my hammer here because I don't need it anymore. I only really need the hammers now for the acorns, but we'll deal with that when I need the acorns, you know. I'm gonna put the hammer down here. Put it here next to the forge, like that. And then I'm gonna sort out some inventory here. This is finished by users wood. One of these in here, why not? One bandage in here too. And the rest we can keep, I think. Yeah, the rest we'll keep on us, I think. Yeah. We can put these in there. There we go. Oh, I should have made some fire hardened arrows. Now if the weather allows, let me also quickly go outside. Oh, also maple, yeah. Maple. And also one more thing I didn't really log here is my regional bases. Here. The CH is Quonset. Bear pelt, Misk, I can't remember what there is. So here, Riken, Hammer, Maple, Misk. There's nothing really of note. I have to upload this later. Let's just go outside here and maybe we can map this. There we go. Yeah. How about that? That's pretty good. Food wise, I'm now going to eat this, I think. And then we need to go. That's hopefully the last time I eat bear meat, but I have to see. How's the cooking? Oh, almost level 5. If I hunt the bear in this region and kill it, by the time I finish cooking it, I should be level 5. And then I won't have parasites anymore. I'm gonna sleep 1 more hour up here. Look at my health, by the way. Health is completely back to normal, pretty much. Not bad. And sleep for 1 hour. And there we are. Alright, fellow survivors. Here in the dark in the morning, I think I'm going to leave you for now. And this is Desolation Point. This was great. We did the coffees, did some beachcombing. As you see, there's a lot of fish, but a lot of other stuff too, which is great. And I made the knife that broke. I was surprised that knife broke initially because it didn't have that low condition. But anyway, now it's done. Got a new knife. And we still have some stuff to do in Desolation Point. When I come, I usually explore the whole thing in the first go, and then I come back another time. We still have some things to do here. We need to explore some nooks and crannies, Stone Church, and we also need things like we need to go into Hibernia and loot there, and also we need to see if Scruffy is home. And I think we'll do that next time. We'll go to Scruffy's cave. There's nothing we need there, but you can get a bedroll there. Scruffy is one of the only indoor wolves in the game. He's not always home though, but he can be. We'll probably do that next time. But for now, this is where I'm going to leave you. See you next time, survivors. Bye bye.